Welcome back to my channel, guys. Okay, so this week we're going to cover two important topics. But before we crack on with the video, make sure that you smash that like button, make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And if you want to join the Sambora trading community, you can DM me at my Instagram, sambora.00, or you can email me at eduardosambora@yahoo.com. Okay guys, first of all, the first topic that I want to cover today is the Sambora trading community. Okay, now over the last kind of, I suppose 2-3 weeks, I've had a lot of emails, a lot of DMs regarding the Sambora trading community. You know, what do you get, what's involved, what is the community like, etc, etc. So a brief overview: the Sambora trading community, when you join up, you get a lifetime's access to my course where I teach you my approach in terms of how I trade the stock market. You also get a lifetime's access to the chat room, which is the actual trading community, and you also get a lifetime's access to the live commentary. So live commentary, okay, so what is the live commentary? That's a big question that's been coming out recently. So basically what we do is 2 times per day I provide live commentary to all my traders. So the FTSE 100 on the European Open, and then the Dow Jones on the US Open. So basically what we do is, in the Sambora trading community, we have 2 separate approaches. So first of all, we scalp trade the opens, okay? So first of all, we'll scalp trade the FTSE 100 on the European Open. Then what we'll do is, I will have a look at the market, I'll see where support and resistance is, and then I will identify, you know, the game plan for the morning session of the FTSE 100 on the European Open, okay? So what I will do is, I will tell my students, I will give them signals about what kind of trades I'm looking for, i.e. longs, shorts. Then we move on to pre-market on the Dow Jones. If it's a pre-market opportunity, again, I'll send out signals, I'll let my students know. Then we move on to the Dow Jones on the US Open. We scalp trade the Dow Jones on the US Open. And then again, just the same as the previous Open, we move on to intraday trading the Dow Jones morning session on the US Open. Okay, so that's what you get. The live commentary is 5 days per week, 10 times per week. So we're doing the FTSE 100 and the Dow Jones, okay? So that is basically, you know, a small overview of the Sambora trading community. So we have over 660 traders from all over the world. The community has been going for, well, at the end of this month, it'll be 2 years, 4 months, okay? So, and as I said before, you know, the community continues to grow on a weekly basis. We have over a dozen students, so last time I checked, I think it was 14. So since joining the Sambora trading community, 14 traders have quit their jobs and became full-time, and they now actually just trade full-time. That's what they do, that's their job. Okay, so I hope this has answered a number of questions. As I said, I've been inundated with details. I do send information packs out, but this is a nice way to get that message across on YouTube. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to message me, DM me, wherever, I'll get back to you. Okay, so that's over. Let's get on with the second subject that we are going to cover on today's trading video. Okay guys, so the second subject and the most important subject in this video is discipline. Okay, I put a poll out on my Instagram story this morning, and so far something like 40% of people have said that they do not have a disciplined routine. What I will say is this very, very powerful statement: you cannot expect to come into the stock market, okay, and be disciplined with your trading, be disciplined with your setups, be disciplined with your risk management. You cannot do that if you don't have discipline in other areas of your life. It's a conflict, isn't it? It's a conflict of your personality. You can't have that conflict. It doesn't work, right? It does not work. So how do you go about becoming disciplined in the stock market? Well, you have to become disciplined in your life, right? You have to. You have to be disciplined with your diet. You have to be disciplined if you consume alcohol. You have to be disciplined with that also. If you smoke, you have to be disciplined with that also. I mean, we're all human. We like to let our hair down, enjoy food, wine, cigars, whatever. But as long as it's under control and you're only doing it for small periods of time, well then that's okay. But here's where discipline truly does matter in your personal life, and then the transgression into trading. Because as I said, how can you expect to be disciplined in the stock market, disciplined in your trading, if you're not disciplined in other areas of your life? So as I said, guys, diet, alcohol intake, cigarettes, training. And people always say to me, well, how do I combine the two? Like, what do I do? You know, now it came very easy for me because I've trained, you know, since I was 8 years old. I started doing martial arts, and then I introduced football, boxing. So I've always been very disciplined in training, and I still am. You know, I still am. I'll give you an example. I train 5 times per week, okay? Depending, if I have a little niggling injury, I might need to tweak it. I've got a couple of injuries at the moment where I can't do martial arts, so upper body injuries, so I'm having to just do running. So I'm running 4 days a week, and I do a little very light boxing workout once a week, okay? But other than that, I would be doing 2 runs a week, 2 boxing sessions a week, and a strength and conditioning session, okay? These are the things that you have to implement into your life, and I promise you it will help you in your trading. So straight away, if you want to change your life, if you want to change that picture, it has to start with the small things, guys. It has to start with the diet, it has to start with the alcohol intake, it has to start with the consumption of cigarettes or tobacco, whatever. It has to start with you training, okay? Now you don't have to go for runs, but you got to do something, guys. You know, especially the older that you get. You know, I'm 49 years old. It's so easy to put weight on, and then it's really difficult to get it off, right? And then when that happens, straight away you're losing your discipline. Okay, so it's so important to implement all these different areas of discipline in your life, and I promise you it will help you in the stock market. So that's the question that I'm getting. How do I become disciplined in trading the stock market? We'll cover the risk management, etc. in another video, but here's what I want you to start doing. I want you to start being disciplined in your diet. I want you to be disciplined in your alcohol intake. I want you to be disciplined in your consumption of tobacco, and I want you to be disciplined in your training. Now, whatever that is, it doesn't matter, as long as you're doing something. You know, I love running, most people hate it, so go swimming, go for a walk. You know, there's always something that you can do. But these are the things, guys, that you have to do. You have to be the whole package. You can't be a shambles in this area and then take your personality over to this area and expect to have success and to be disciplined. It's not going to work. As I said at the start of this video, it's a conflict. It just doesn't work. So we will cover discipline in the stock market in another video. But here, that's what I want you guys to do. If you want to start getting disciplined in the stock market, it has to start with your life. All the small things. You know, if you're having the donuts at work, start cutting it out. I know it's difficult, but it'll get easier. It will get easier. The more days that you're in, the more weeks that you're in, it just becomes a way of life. And all of a sudden, you're not having to think about, I'm not eating the donuts. You will automatically not even think about them. It all starts with the small things, guys, right? It starts with the small things, and then it progresses and it snowballs. And this is what it's all about. It's all about identifying and tackling all these little things. You know, the bar of chocolate with the coffee in the morning, cut it out. For the first couple of weeks maybe, you'll be thinking to yourself, I really miss that chocolate. And you're saying to yourself, oh, it's only a bar of chocolate. Okay, you're having it every day. That's 5 bars of chocolate if you're working. Okay, how many bars of chocolate is that in a month? 20? If you put 20 bars of chocolate in front of you and you weigh them, guys, it speaks for itself, right? So it's all of these little things. We will do another video about how to be disciplined in the stock market. I've covered it before, but we will revisit it. But that's what I want you to start doing. This is the starting point here. This is the starting point. Your diet, your alcohol, your tobacco, your training. As I said, if you don't like running, there's always something that you can do. You can walk, you can swim, you can cycle. you know, even with injuries, you can still find some way to get that exercise in. Okay guys, we will cover discipline in the stock market in another video, but for now, have a fantastic week and I'll see you very soon for more videos.